A great day to us all. Welcome to the first edition of the Intrapreneur Series with yours truly, James Yao. Well, today happens to be the first edition, the first episode of the series. And note, it is not Entrepreneur Series, it is Intrapreneur Series. Yes, Intrapreneur Series. Somebody struggled with the word. This guy is confusing us with entrepreneur. No. If today is the first time of you hearing entrepreneur, don't be surprised. Don't look down on yourself, because even for myself, who is introducing it to you, I got to know some few years back. Though I was practicing the concept, I got to know some few years back. So don't be surprised. Take it cool. Just breathe in, breathe out. Today's introductory section is going to introduce you to Intrapreneur Series. The subsequent weeks to come, the subsequent episodes, you will understand more about entrepreneur. Just cool down. We are about to begin the journey, and I'm doing it with you. I'm going to try as much as possible to share my entrepreneur experience, what I've been through, the experiences I've had as entrepreneur. I'm going to try and share them with you, and I know I'm going to love doing that. And I pray and hope you learn so much from it. It wouldn't take years to learn what I have gone through. You just take the 15-minute, 20-minute that you listen to that episode to get to know so much and even more that I have gotten so far. So, but before we begin the introductory section, if you happen to chance on this episode anywhere in the world, please try and look for the other episodes. This introductory is not enough to make you understand what entrepreneurship is all about. So please try and look for the other episodes. Thank you very much for doing that. So let's start with today's episode, which is the introductory episode. And to begin with, I want all of us to understand that right from the beginning of creation, and I am saying this because the good book, that is the Bible, and in fact, the Quran, I believe the Quran also supports it. The good book says that there is no food for the lazy man, and by extension, for the lazy woman. If you are lazy as a man, if you are lazy as a woman, there is no food for you. You cannot have a good clothing. You cannot have a good shelter. In fact, you cannot have good security. When I say security, I do not mean having guards around your gates or around your door. Security, where to keep yourself, where to live, where to keep your clothing. If you are a lazy person, you will know it. So it means that every man, every woman has to do something other than being lazy. You have to work. Once you work, you are not lazy. Once you work, you are not lazy. You have to work so that you'll be able to satisfy your needs and wants. I believe I am driving home something. Also note that this working or this not being lazy started right from the beginning. So right from the beginning of the world, man has been assigned to work. The Christians will say from the Garden of Eden. Yes. I don't know what you will say or the way or how the beginning is to you. I don't know how you will define the beginning of the world, depending on your religion. I don't know how you are going to define it, but right from the beginning, the one who created everything assigned man to work. Now, the job role of work, that's the job role of the work that is imposed on man. They are in three folds. The job role. Yes, we are supposed to work. What are the job roles that man is supposed to work with? They are in three folds. And you can be doing all the three, you can be doing two, or you can be doing one. Whatever it is, you will be doing one or two or three. So now the question is, what are these job roles? Is it by typing? Is it by sweeping? What are the job roles? Is it by praying? What are the job roles? Three major job roles. The first one is to ensure there is order amongst the creation of God. So God said, keep it. Dress and keep it. Make sure everything is in order. Make sure everything is in proportion, the right proportion. Nothing goes overboard and nothing comes below expectation. So, the first assignment, the first job role is to manage whatever is within our means. To ensure that there is order. To keep things under control. That is the job role, first job role. As I said, these things will be going deeper into them. This episode is just an introductory one. The second one is to discover the truth of creation. Discover the truth of creation. Yes. That's the second job. Discover the truth. That's inventions, creation, creativity, innovations, research, survey. That is the other job role of man. Yes. Don't worry yourself too much about me getting into deeper of this, because in the subsequent episodes you will find all these things addressed. Then the third is to find solutions to problems encountered in our bid to discover the truth and also to manage creation. You see, in our bid to survive and discover what God has created that we don't know, how to keep or manage the things God has given, in our bid to discover these things, we encounter problems. And the problems we encounter are hunger problems, thirst problems, sickness, disaster problems, homeless problems. And all these problems, we have people who are also taxed, who have the job role to find solutions. So somebody is looking for solutions to hunger, somebody is looking for solutions to pests, somebody is looking for solutions for sickness, that's providing medications, healthcare. Yes. So there are these three levels, these three roles that have been given to man. To ensure everything is in order, to discover the truth, the hidden truth that we don't know about, to find solutions to the problems that we encounter in our bid to survive and discover. So These are the three roles that you find yourself in. So, if you are working, if you've been asked to work, if you've been tasked to work, you'll be doing one of these things. One of these things. And somebody is doing two, somebody is doing three. But let me tell you, or let us note that your reward does not depend on whether you are doing 2, 3, or 1. Your reward depends on how well you're able to do whatever has been given to you. We all will not be given the same number of roles. Some will be given 1, some will be given 2, some will be given 3. It will surprise you that somebody who has been given 3 begging somebody who has been given 1. So it doesn't matter the number of roles that you have been given. It's how well you handle the role that has been given to you. Note that once you work, there's a level of remuneration that allows you to satisfy few or most of the needs and wants that you have. Once you work, you will receive remuneration. Once you work, there is a certain level. And note that we all will receive different levels of remuneration because we all are going to work differently. But I pray and hope that you will be receiving a level of remuneration that will help you provide for almost all your needs and wants. That will help you satisfy almost all your needs and wants. So, at this juncture, you will get to understand that. For you to satisfy few or more or most of your needs and wants, it is dependent on how well you work, not the number of roles. How well you work. How well you work. It doesn't matter whether you are providing solution to tests, that is selling pure water or selling water, whatever thing it is that you are doing. How you do it determines your level of remuneration. I believe with this introductory, some truths have been established. Again, let's understand that in every work environment, there are 3 worker groups or 3 different groups of workers that you find. We have already talked about the 3 roles. Yes. And now we are talking about 3 worker groups, 3 different workers that you will find in every work environment. Yes. 3 different workers. The first one may be the ordinary worker, or the first one is the ordinary worker. And note, when I say ordinary worker, I do not mean a laborer or security man. Ordinary worker can be the manager of that workplace. Ordinary worker can be the secretary of that place. Ordinary worker can be the supervisor of that place, or one of the supervisors. So ordinary worker is ordinary worker. We'll get to understand what ordinary worker and the others mean. You will also find the entrepreneur. When I say entrepreneur, he or she is the independent working owner. The independent working owner. So whenever you hear entrepreneur, it is the independent working owner. He or she is somebody who was gifted with a dream, came up to put down workable means of working the dream, got some resources here and there, and started a business. This person was able to bring in some other people to come and help him or her to run the business. This person is who we call the entrepreneur. That is the independent working owner. The independent working owner. So he's an independent working owner. He is working in the area. Yes, I should also say that not every entrepreneur is found at the working area. So not every entrepreneur is found at the working environment. Some of them, they are sitting somewhere and their ideas and resources are working somewhere. They are not part of the work group. But I'm talking about entrepreneurs who are part of the work environment. So the person started the business with his or her own resources. This person depends on the resources that he or she has provided and himself to run it. So the person is an independent working owner. He's the owner of the business and is working and is dependent on him and himself. So that is the second group of workers. Then you find the final one, who is the focus of our discussion, the intrapreneur. The intrapreneur is also a dependent working owner. The entrepreneur is a dependent working owner. Yes, he's a dependent working owner. This entrepreneur depends on the resources the entrepreneur has provided. The entrepreneur is an independent working owner. The entrepreneur is a dependent working owner. So they work similarly, their goal same, but the entrepreneur depends on the resources provided by the entrepreneur to work. They do everything same. The way they think, the way they act about the work is same, similar. If you find the two at a work environment, it is difficult for you to make them out, to know whether this is entrepreneur or entrepreneur. For the ordinary worker, you can easily make them out. But for the entrepreneur, you wouldn't know. Unless in areas like Africa, where we will have some different room with a different setup for the owner and some others ordinary setup for other workers. If you go to certain advanced places where you don't see this creation of who is this or that, it's difficult to get to know who the entrepreneur is and who the entrepreneur is. So the entrepreneur, they act same. Just that the entrepreneur makes use of the resources of the entrepreneur. And note, we all, as workers, belong to any of these three. Either you are an ordinary worker, either you are entrepreneur, either you are entrepreneur. But also note that we are all not gifted to be entrepreneurs. We are not all gifted to start our own businesses. If that is what you are thinking, please work on it. You may start as ordinary worker, graduate to entrepreneur, and if by the grace of God you are gifted with entrepreneurship, well, it's good. If you are not gifted with entrepreneurship, it's also good. Whichever gifting you have been given, whichever talent you have been given, work with it. Now let me pause and ask, by this brief explanation, if you are not lazy and you are a working lady, a working guy, a working woman, a working man, which of these three are you? Are you the ordinary worker? Are you the entrepreneur? Or you are the intrapreneur? As I said, the coming weeks are going to be interesting. Yes, the coming weeks are going to be interesting. We will be journeying. We will journey with the entrepreneur, that is myself, to understand entrepreneurship. And the value it adds to you as a worker. We will be journeying, as I said, in the coming weeks, we will journey with yours truly, myself, the intrapreneur, to understand entrepreneurship and the value it adds to you as a worker, and how it affects the ability of you as a worker to satisfy most of the needs and wants of your life. It's going to be great. It's going to be great in the coming weeks. I'm going to enjoy sharing it with you, and I believe you will also enjoy following me with all the episodes that's coming up after this. As I said, for you it is free, but it is costing other people to let discount pass. It's costing other people to make sure you can have these episodes. Let me acknowledge these people. Let me acknowledge these entities. So be informed that this production is by the kind courtesy of Kingdom Purposes Ministries, a Touch Life Ministry. It is also supported by Bocadilos Ghana Limited, a one-stop shop for your offshore and onshore catering and logistical needs. Also note that there is Aruka Global Limited, your construction partner. In fact, your perfect construction partner. Yes, these are the three entities for now who are ensuring that this or these episodes to come will hit your channels. This media channel that you are on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, whichever channel you are watching, note that it's about becoming interesting in the coming weeks with the entrepreneur. Do follow me, share the link with your contacts, and stay blessed. So we meet again. I remain yours truly, James Yarpia. See ya. God bless you.